Hey guys, how are you? Hi, Deborah. Hello, Debbie. Welcome, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good time today. I'm going to have my phone here to see you, to see what you're saying. Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I hope that everybody's having an awesome day. Thank you for joining me today. Luz Evans here. I'm the creative designer here at Larive. Thank you for joining my live. Today we're going to be learning how to create this awesome design here. So if you follow my page, you saw that I told you that these patterns are available in our Etsy shop. If you want to go check them out. This is a gorgeous design that we are going to learn how to make today. And these patterns are available on my Etsy shop. If you know how I normally work. Hi, Shauna, how are you? Hey, Linda. Linda, it's been a while since I've seen you, dear. Thank you for joining me today. I know it. But thank you. It's great to have you, Linda. Welcome back. So these patterns, guys, if you look across my screen, you will see the address for my Etsy shop. That website address will take you straight to my Etsy shop. You're going to find this pattern. If you are new to my page, you're going to find many other things on that link. Plenty of tutorials, several patterns, and I will keep on adding more. There's quite a few things that I'm going to be working on adding to the shop. There's going to be a few pieces that we're going to create here together with videos. And then tomorrow, if you normally do my private tutorials, I'm going to release one tomorrow. I'm going to be launching that. I'm going to do it again in the privacy of a Facebook group. We normally create it live in the group, but I will give you all the information about it tomorrow, and I'll show you the two designs we're going to be featuring, okay? So, but this is the design we are learning today. If you like it enough to get the pattern, you can check it out. You'll find it on Etsy, okay? So now let me tell you something else about this awesome design right here. I wanted to show you this, guys, because when you get this pattern, don't think that you can always only create Halloween things. That pumpkin right there is this one too, except I added some bling to it to make it a fall design. So you can use the same pattern to create very pretty blinged pumpkins. Now, these pumpkins, guys, you can use on pretty much anything. If you are a wreath designer, you can totally put these on a wreath or a swag, or you can also anchor it in some kind of arrangement so it can look pretty. And then you can add some greenery, perhaps some nice leaves, and you can make this into something gorgeous, okay? Now, I just give you the idea, and you remember you can always add your spin. You can change colors. Now, on the patterns, I also included a copy of the supply list that you will be needing, because I go over materials there. I give you the list of exactly all the materials you're going to be needing. Now, these pumpkins can be customized to any fabric. So can you see different, perhaps instead of this fabric, you can use, instead of solids, you can use plaid, you can use strap, you can use any kind of pattern material that would show nicely on your pumpkin, okay? So you can do all sorts of things. You can customize it to your liking, okay? So that's why I wanted to add this pumpkin right here for you to see. So you can take this pumpkin here and transform it into something like that there, okay? You can also add rhinestones just like I did. I added a strips, different, like a couple or 3 strips, I think, of the rhinestones, the faux rhinestones, right? And then I added the ribbon, some gold trim, And then you will see the little details also that I added to give it a little bit of detail on the leaves and then on the actual body of the pumpkin. So there are different things that you can customize to make it your own and make it stand out even more. So thank you for being here today. I think you're going to have fun. We're going to get ready to start with this. Now, tomorrow, no, not tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm going to talk to you about the tutorial that we're going to be releasing. But on Thursday, we're going to create this other one here. This is another awesome design that you can create also using the same technique that we're going to learn today, okay? So today we're gonna, the technique, the process that we apply to this design tonight, you can also use it to create this pretty guy right here. As you see, I added my own spin, which I made some stitches on here. I added my awesome resin eyes, and then I did a little bit of detailing on the eyes, and you can see that it looks beautiful, and painting on the eyelashes and things like that. So you can customize all these pretty pieces to make your own designs. And again, these go very well on wreaths, okay? Swags, centerpieces as well. So I wanted to show you this guy because we're going to be tackling this job on Thursday. Tomorrow, Wednesday, I want to perhaps work another project that is going to be different, but it's not going to be like a whole design. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to share with you the, I'm going to share with you the two designs we are doing on a private tutorial, okay? So stay tuned for that. I think you're going to love it, okay? All right. So then let's go ahead and get to work. So what do you think of what you're seeing right now? Do you like it? You're ready for fall, Lindy? Me too. Fall is one of my favorite seasons because there's so much richness in it. So many textures and so much to choose from. I mean, in the beautiful colors, it's just overwhelming, but in a good way because there's so much going on with that. And you can come up with all sorts of pretty designs for that. So as always, guys, please remember, if you can, I would appreciate it if you can sprinkle my video, share the love around, and perhaps we can get more eyes to come watch us, okay? All right, so I'm going to be placing this, pulling it to the side. I'm going to place it here because I still want you to see him. And then I'm going to come back, make some room for these other two guys here because I don't want you to lose sight of them. Aren't they cute? You like them? And then we're going to start working on these pieces right here. So how is everybody doing? Good? Anything you want to tell me right now? Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate you. Kathy, you make me laugh with your posts. It's like I don't have time to read all the times, and I don't get to see them all the time. But sometimes when I'm on Facebook, and some of you, my friends on Facebook, share things, so many of you have a very good sense of humor, and I enjoy watching some of your posts because they're funny. So, but thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and get started, okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you can sprinkle for me, that would be awesome, friends. Thank you so much. Let me just go ahead and anchor this girl here so they won't move. And then we'll move on to our other stuff. I might have to move him out of the way, huh? I'll just place them. Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably move it out of the way. I don't think that I'm gonna be able to have all of them here. So, but anyway, I need the room. I need the room for what I'm gonna be showing you right now. Okay. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna place them here on the bottom, and then I'll get them out again at the end. Okay. I wanted to give you kind of an idea of what's coming on Thursday, so you can come see me. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get to work, shall we? So remember, friends, your supply list is included with your patterns, okay? So you will see what kind of materials we are using. Uh-oh, what happened? What happened to my camera, you guys? Give me a second. Let me figure this out. Did it unplug? Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Let me see, let me see, let me see. No, it should work. I'm not sure why it's not working. See, if it's not one thing, it's another one, you guys. Is this working? Okay, let me unplug this and perhaps do it on this other side, see if this will work. Looks good to me. A minute, let me see if this works. I'm not sure what can be causing this. It should work, but I'm not sure why it's not working. I think I have them all plugged in. Yep, that's plugged in. This is plugged in here too. I just don't want to have to shut it down. If I cannot do it, guys, I'm gonna just show you here. I mean, there's not like a whole lot of details on it, but it's always nice if I could show you this view here. Gotta find out why it will not do it. Okay, last attempt. If not, we're just gonna let it be. I'm not sure why it will not do it. It looks good to me here. Why will it not work? Oh, right there. Okay. Great. It worked. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome, guys. Okay. Who knows what could be causing that? But I'm glad we got it to work. Okay. Thank you guys for your patience. Okay, so your supply list will have the details of the materials you're going to be needing, okay? So I'm gonna tell you that what we are doing here, you're gonna do with all the pieces, okay? And on your patterns, you're gonna be specified when you need to cover also the back on the piece, okay? So in my case, I'm gonna show you the process on this piece, which is the base of the pumpkin. And then remember that just like I'm showing you here, you're gonna do the same process for all the pieces that are included in your patterns, okay? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and add some glue here. And I don't care about this glue right here. It does not need to be a whole lot of it. I don't need to have like a lot of glue. I'm going to place this on top of it. Like so, okay? That would be considered the back, or we could have covered that. Does not matter either way, because that's going to be covered regardless. So now what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to cut another piece of the material. And I'm going to cover that piece like that. Now, this, you want to cut a little bit larger because you want to use this material to wrap up your pumpkin, okay? So I'm going to cut a little bit of the excess of it. You don't want to cut exactly the same size of that because you're not, if you do it, you're not going to be able to do the wrap up, okay? So make sure you give it a little bit of room in there. So I'm going to use these to make some cuts, some slits, just to make it easier on myself as I am pulling this fabric. So thank you guys. Are you sprinkling? Are you giving me hearts? So remember, if you can, meet me back here tomorrow so you can learn about the Halloween stuff that I'm going to be releasing the tutorial on, okay? I think you're gonna have fun. You're gonna like both designs. So it's gonna be 2 for 1. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, guys, is it does not matter on which side I start. So I can start on the top or the bottom, okay? So I'm gonna start adding some hot glue. And I'm gonna start pulling this fabric like so. Now, if you have a lot of fabric left, don't worry because we're gonna be cutting the excess, okay? We're gonna trim all the excess of the fabric in a way that we don't end up with a big, very fat back, okay? So, but you want to, when you are wrapping this, you want to make sure that you're pulling on that fabric so you can have a nice fit look. This, by the way, is not a sewing design. You don't have to sew to make this beautiful Halloween design here. There is a section that we're going to do some stitching on, but that is optional, and I will tell you once we get to that, okay? Okay, so once all this has cooled, guys, you want to remember when you are gluing, you want to make sure that you give this time to cool, and once it has cooled, then you're going to come and you're going to trim all the excess on the back. You're going to make sure that you trim very close to the part that ended up being glued, because we don't want a lot of bulkiness on the back. Okay. So see right here, this looks good. Just make sure you got rid of all that excess. We don't want a lot of excess in here. If you can get rid of it, do it, okay? Like so. So I think right there is good. Now, for the main pieces, and like I said, your patterns are going to tell you where you need an extra piece for the back. Because this is a design that will be seen, or like if this is the design, right? If you notice, the back is very clean, but some pieces are going to be noticeable, right? Even though these are not going to be seen, I still want to cover them because it's a cleaner finish on your design. So that's why you might want to cover the head, the side, or what would be considered the leg of the ghost, and some of the pieces like the stem of the pumpkin and the pumpkin for sure, okay? Now, let me tell you something else, and I will mention it later again, okay? Like when if you are gonna hang this on your walls, or you want to add a some kind of some strips so you can attach them to your wreaths or something, at this point would be the perfect time. Okay, you can use pipe cleaners. You can use also some ribbon. You know, the one that is narrow. You know, one that is 1.5 inches, but you want the narrow one. You can also use twine. So at this point, you would run it through here, and then you would bring your cover and you would glue it right on top of that, okay? So that way you're going to end up with a piece that you can attach around your wreath if your plan is to use it as an attachment, okay? So now I cut the back cover, right? And now I'm going to glue it. So I'm going to go all around it. I'm going to do that too. And so I'm going to glue this like so. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Okay. So now look. See how it looks nice on the back? And then that is our front. Okay. So let's now that what we just did, the way we wrap this piece, you're going to do the same thing with every single part of that pattern. Okay. All right. Once you have done that, guys, so in my case, I already have both pieces here of the pumpkin, okay? I'm gonna glue this part. Now, this part is the center. It goes on top of that pumpkin base. And notice that I did not cover this one because it's not gonna be visible. That goes glued to that bottom part, okay? So now I'm gonna go ahead and glue this. Now, when I glue it, I'm gonna leave a little bit. This is gonna go a little bit lower. See, just past this section right here because I want to be able to leave room to attach my stem, okay? So I'm going to start gluing this like so. There. I'm gonna look at it from the front, so make sure that it's centered. And if you need to adjust while this is still, hot, that glue is hot, you can make any changes, right? You can make any adjustments. But that's what I have right now. All right. So that's my pumpkin right here. Now, I need to make a couple of things. Well, actually more than a couple of things. But this is something we're going to do to it. We're going to attach the eyes. We're going to bring our nose. And I'm going to bring the mouth. And we need to add a little bit of color to that as well. Okay? So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to make her eyes brown because that's what I had available. I didn't get a chance to make more eyes. But I am going to start placing the eyes. The eyes should be very close to this nose. Okay? Also, remember that you need to give a little bit of room here because you're going to be adding the leaves, okay? So just remember to leave a little bit of room up here. So bring this down a little bit more. And the eyes will go just about there. Make sure, I'm going to look at it from the front, make sure that I'm center, and I think I am. So I'm going to go ahead and start gluing the eyes. Now remember when you're gluing your eyes, guys, make sure that your glue is hot. And mine is not hitting and I don't know why. I'm gonna get Mr. Larry to look at this room and see what's up with the plugs. Okay. My outlets. Notice how I'm making this, guys, kind of like close to, I'm gonna use some of these pieces to kind of hold this. I'm making it close to the nose, okay? Apply pressure. Now I'm gonna do the other eye. Hi, Michelle, how are you? Sprinkle, sprinkle, friends. Thank you so much. I appreciate you sprinkling for me. Remember, if some of you are interested in getting the patterns, these are available for purchase on my Etsy shop. You will find them there. You can see the my website scrolling across your screen on the bottom. So if you go there, that will take you straight to my Etsy shop. And you'll find these patterns there. Okay. So look at what I did. So I glued these eyes, guys. And before I glue the nose, let me go ahead and add my eyebrows here. Not eyebrows, eyelashes. So let me help myself with a little bit of with my toothpick. Now I would rather do it now and not after I glue the nose, because I don't want to mess with the nose once I do something to it, and I'll show you what it's gonna be. Okay, so I'm placing that right across. That excess I cut it because I don't want it to look totally out of the area where it needs to go. So then I'm now gonna do the other eye. Do it this way, it's easier. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Pam, how are you? Yes, if you can help me sprinkle, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very much. Very, very much. All right. So look, now I did the eyelashes. Okay, now I'm gonna glue the nose. Now remember, also notice that I did not cover the nose because obviously goes glued. So that back is definitely not gonna be seen. Why wasting any more fabric to cover it? Right in there. Then now we can glue the mouth, okay? That's gonna be glued right there. And on these pieces, you don't have to add like a lot of glue, guys. Just don't go too heavy on it, okay? A little goes a long way. Okay. So see, now we have our cute pumpkin that she's so surprised that she was surprised by the friendly ghost that just came over and hugged her. She's like, oh. Okay, so now look at what we're gonna do to this. I want to go ahead and add some color to this pumpkin, so that way we have something more fun, right? Something that is not looking so like plain. And color is one of the nice things that we can use to give these pieces a little bit more brightness, okay? So I'm gonna use some brown acrylic paint, and I'm gonna use the, what we call it, the dry brush technique. I don't really want to use it wet. But isn't that looking already adorable as it is? What do you think? So I load the paint on my brush and then I just get rid of the excess, okay? And so right here, I'm gonna start adding color, okay? And do it little by little because you're not gonna notice like the color right away. You just need to keep on working it, you know, seeing how much you're going to be needing. You can also use gray or you can use black. But if you're using black, make sure that you are definitely removing most of the excess on your brush, because if not, it's gonna look too heavy. Okay, so we're gonna go do that on both sides. You can also use probably something more like a darker orange. So you can definitely play around with other colors and see what you like. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing with this all around it. Now keep in mind, we're only going for shading, guys. We're not actually painting, okay? So you don't want the color to be too heavy. just something that you see for sure, but not like total paint, like very heavy paint. Go light. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see, but you can see the shades, right? What it's doing to it. You can definitely see that it's adding a little bit of a different tone or hue all around it, right? You see that? Can you see it? Isn't that awesome? Very beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit more right on here on the top part. Look at that expression on that pumpkin. It's so beautiful, isn't that, guys? That face. And it's amazing how easy you can make these things, guys. Just very easy. Very straightforward. You don't need to be an expert to make these kinds of designs. You can totally rock these things. Okay, so look at that. Isn't that awesome? Huh? Okay, now I want to do one more thing for the pumpkin, and that is the leaves, remember? So the pattern comes with 2 leaves, and it comes with a stem too, okay? So here's the stem. Here are the leaves, and now I like to also paint this. I want to give it a little bit of detail in here. And so I'm going to use this brush, like a long needle brush. And I'm just going to detail these pieces right here. And while these things dry, we're going to work on the ghost, okay? Because the ghost, we need to also do the eyes. See how simple that is? And then this right here, guys, we're not doing anything else other than just doing like that. Put it a line right on top, on the top part of the stem, okay? So those will be our pieces to go with the pumpkin, and they're gonna go like this. So this guy is gonna be glued here. This piece will go here, and this one will go on this other end like that, okay? And I'll show you how we're gonna do it, how we're gonna assemble it once we have all the pieces ready. Now, another thing that I need to do is, now that I'm applying the white paint, I'm gonna come here and right on this part of the nose, I'm gonna do one white line like that. Does not need to be very heavy either. That is just, okay, it's that tiny little touch of light on there, okay? And that's, I think that will be probably just about all the painting we're gonna do, okay? So let me go ahead and now move the paint around. Move it out of the way. And then we'll just move on to the ghost. So while this dries, I'm gonna put it to the side. Oh, one thing that I forgot. I need to give this a little bit more light. Yeah, I need to do that because it does make a difference. It does make a difference. Now here, guys, you can give this girl some eyebrows. And I normally did it with thread, black thread. Okay. Now, I gotta tell you, if you don't want to stitch anything at all, okay, just use a black marker, and you can give her the eyebrows. So you can do the eyebrows, okay? So either way, you can either use thread or you can do a marker, okay? And she's gonna need some eyebrows. Okay, so like that. So now look, if I have a marker, I'm just gonna come here and I'm gonna do 2 lines. Like so. And then the other one will go on this other eye, like that. Like so. Needs to be longer. Like that. Okay? So this will help you do the effect that it needs without having to sew anything, not even a stitch. Okay? It definitely does add a nicer look if you do the eyebrows. Okay? Like that. So that's what you would do. Okay, so now I'm going to put it to the side. And let's bring the other guy here. So here is my ghost. My ghost is going to have two hands and a nose. The nose will be placed on top of this portion right here. Now, the thing that we need to do right here is we need to kind of place the nose on top. Don't glue it just yet. Put the whole thing together like that, okay? We're not assembling it right now, but I'm going to show you. We need to do it like that because I need to do the smile on this guy. So I need to make sure that it's going to look okay, okay? So now it's a good idea if you use your erasable marker, okay? And then the eyes too, we're going to do it in the same way that we did the pumpkin. So place the eyes. Make sure that they're going to be right, like aligned with the nose. Make sure they're not going to be like floating like that. I think if you do it like that, I feel like there's a disconnection between those pieces. So bring them closer to the nose like that. Okay? And then at this point, I can start working on my smile. All right? And the smile, guys, all I did is I'm going to give you a tip on how you can do it, okay? You can either draw it with an erasable marker, okay? That way, if you don't like it, you can wipe it with a wet rag or a napkin or something like that. Or if you prefer to use, you can use a piece of twine, or in my case, my crocheting thread, okay? And you can do this. You can play with it until you find a good look, okay? And if you like it, well, then you just, at that point, you use your marker and then you mark the smile, okay? So you can do it either way. You can go freehand or you can try to play with this, with the thread, just like I did right now. And if you like it at that point, guys, what you do is you get your marker, okay? Like in that case, I think it would look okay. So I'm gonna go now and follow this. Now I have it marked. like that. Now, let me tell you one more thing, guys. And now you can remove this. And now you have your smile drawn. Now, let me tell you one more thing, guys. In my case, I like sewing these pieces, okay? Especially the mouth, okay? So I'm going to show you how you sew it if you choose to sew it, okay? So I'm going to bring my needle. Remember, you don't have to. What you can do at this point, you would bring your marker. If you want a red smile or if you want the black smile, you will bring your permanent marker and then you would draw it. Now, you can also use acrylic paint. And you can, with your brush, you would just follow the line that you already marked and you would do it that way too, okay? So either way would be all right. So I'm going to start here in the center. Or no, it doesn't matter. I'll just start right here. And I'm going to do it with my crocheting thread. And all I'm doing, guys, is I'm following exactly that line that I just drew. I'm not able to see your comments. I'm not sure why. It's like you're stuck on somewhere and I don't get to see comments. Why? I have no idea. Yes, if you like this eyes, guys, I cannot tell you guys enough how awesome these eyes are. It just brings your design to life. You will find them on my Etsy shop as well. Now, there's a tutorial for the eyes, and that tutorial has this pattern that I'm using right now for these eyes. It comes in 3 different colors, I think. In that same pattern, it gives you 3 colors. It gives you brown, blue, and green. So if you have already bought my tutorial, you already have this. You already have this eyes. You have that template already. Now, notice that I'm just taking the fabric, guys. That's all I'm doing. I'm not going all the way to the other material or even the cardboard now. Just going to do it here. And now this one, I'm going to send it all the way to the back. Okay? So see my smile now, how it looks? So right here, I'm going to just finish it so it won't come undone on the back. Like that. This part is going to be glued here. That's why it's not covered either. Okay? We're going to go like that. All right, so I'm going to bring this back. And that's how you sew it if you decide to sew it, okay? The eyebrows, you can also do it, again, just like we did it with the pumpkin. You can draw them or you can, sew them as well, okay? So now let me use my nose. Now let's go ahead and do the eyes. So I'm going to bring this eyes. Are you liking it? Are you giving me hearts? What do you think? It's not bad, huh? This would be fun for you to make. Remember, you can make some of this. If you have a business, guys, you can totally make this and offer them to your customers. Okay, isn't that awesome? Look at how this guy looks. All right. Now, let me go ahead. I'm going to, again, add the eyelashes on here. I need to add eyelashes to those eyes. Now you can paint eyelashes too, guys, just like I did on this other design. See this one? I painted those eyelashes. You can totally do that. It's acrylic paint and your long tip brush. You can easily do that too. It's not hard either, guys. We probably need to do like a live or something showing you that too. Not hard. If I can do it, guys, I'm not a painter. So if I can do it, you can do it. Because remember, I don't paint. But I still can make those. So that is bizarre to me. That I can do that, but I cannot paint nicer things. How is that possible, you guys? I have no clue how that's possible. I would love to learn to paint though. I think there's so many pretty things that we can paint, and I just don't know how to paint. It pains me not knowing how to paint. All right. So guys, remember how we added color to the pumpkin? We want to add a little bit of brown color to the eyelids to this ghost. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back and forth with whatever color was left on my brush. Remember, we don't want heaviness, so just whatever you have left on the brush, that's okay. Just use that, okay? And now I do want eyebrows on him. Again, remember, just use your marker. If nothing else, just use your marker, your black marker, like so. Bring this that way. That way I see where I'm going. Like that. See? A bit longer. There you go. All right. See how cute? Isn't that something? See how cute? It's cute, huh? All right. So now let's go ahead and work on trying to assemble this. So I'm going to bring back my pumpkin. So watch what we're going to be doing. So this pumpkin, guys, we need to glue this here. And I'm not gonna glue the leaves yet because I want to make sure that when I place the leaves, I'm not covering part of the mouth of the ghost. Okay, so I'm gonna add my glue to the back of the stem and to this part right here. So this is gonna be here, right on there. Like that, like so. And if you want to lift this a little bit, you can. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Okay. So that's where it's going to go. So now I'm going to bring my guy here and I'm going to start placing him. Now this guy, guys, it's kind of like you can either do the pumpkin straight or you can do the ghost straight. It really does not matter because if you look at this design, so if I make the ghost straight, see the pumpkin is not straight, this is tilted. Now, if I make the pumpkin, if I position the pumpkin being straight, now the ghost is tilted a little bit. So either way is fine. I think that it does not really matter which one, okay? It's gonna look good either way. So just pick whatever you want. So I'm just gonna tell you what I did on mine. I let the pumpkin being tilted a little bit, and I try for this guy to be kind of like straight, okay? Which is gonna kind of look like that. But either way will be fine, okay? Now remember, we have a mouth here that will go here, okay? So that means that this pumpkin in here It's kind of like gonna go a little bit on top of this, okay? So look, now that we have kind of an idea of where these pieces are gonna go, now we can glue this part right here, okay? So now we're gonna add the glue to this piece. I hope I don't forget where I put it. Okay. Like that. And then this piece, remember, is the nose. I'm gonna do some here and some up here. Like so. Now, remember, you can also add color to this part, guys. If you want to do color, you can add some of your blush, pink blush. You can start adding some here. Okay. Do it here too. The felt, it could be anything, guys, really. I mean, any felt that you can find. Obviously, if you get a nicer quality, it's thicker, so it will look nicer. But you're also using the batting, so really does not matter if your felt is not like super over the top quality. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of that here on this nose. Okay. Okay. Is that awesome? All right. So now let's go ahead and bring this back. So this guy is going to go like that. I don't want to cover his mouth, okay? Be careful with that. Then this part right here, actually we're going to glue this first. This part is going to go right on this curve of the pumpkin, like that. Now, you can also bring it lower, guys, if you want, as to where this part is all the way on the bottom, like so. You can do that too, okay? You can do it in different ways. You need to find something that you really like on how it's looking, okay? So that way it would look like the ghost is totally like behind her instead of like all towards the side, okay? Me, I'm gonna do it like I did it before, so I'm just gonna glue this part right here, okay? Before I glue that. So I'm gonna bring this part. Bring this right here. Right. Remember, when you're gluing, guys, give yourself time. You need to let these things rest, okay? I'm going to do that right there. Remember, we don't want to cover this guy's mouth, so you need to be careful with that, okay? This part right here must be touching this part right here too, okay? So it's going to be glued with this and this part right here. So it's going to go a little bit on top of that, but making sure you're not covering that, okay? So I'm going to bring right there, because then I'm gonna do the hand kind of like that. Because remember, the hand looks like he is grabbing the pumpkin, and then the other hand will come this way, and then we'll put the leaves here, okay? Make sure you're seeing this right. Okay, better, huh? Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add some glue here, and a little bit here. And I need more glue. I'm gonna add a little bit here because I need to make sure that this is gluing fine. Right here. Like so. Remember, we gotta be very careful with how we're gluing things because we don't want to cover that mouth, okay? Like so. You need to bring the pumpkin a little bit over on top of the mouth. Okay, now the arm is gonna go here. Right here. So we're gonna put this one here and here. Give all of this time to rest. It's gonna be like this. And now I'm gonna start gluing the leaves, okay? This is gonna be here, and this is gonna go right here. Oops. Like that. So this is gonna go right here, like that. Make sure also you're not covering part of the face of the pumpkin, okay? You don't want to cover too much of the eyebrows. So that's another thing too. Like so. This part of the stem, we want it glued to the ghost. So we need to add glue there. You need to be careful. Don't squeeze too much because I don't want that to be seen out there. Toothpicks are great, guys, for removing excess of hot glue. They work very nicely. Okay, so this is the other hand, guys. This will go like right here. So see that looks, now that he is actually grabbing her, you see that? So I'm gonna do here and some here on the back. A little bit under, little under the leaf, like that. So you see that? Remember, you want to give this time to dry, okay? To cool. Because if not, it's gonna come apart. All right. So while this is cooling, let's go ahead and talk about the embellishments here, okay? So in my case, what I ended up using is I used some black ribbon, and then I used also a little bit of raffia, green raffia, but you can also use natural raffia, okay? You don't have to use like a whole bunch of it, but raffia is kind of messy to deal with, so just gonna cut me some pieces here. You can use twine as well, or you can use some natural jute twine, right? So, so yeah, I mean, you can you can use several things, and all of them will be just fine. So you don't have to use like a lot of raffia either, guys, because you don't want it too much, okay, too heavy. So I got me like 3 pieces, okay, 3 strips, strips. And I'm gonna make me a simple bow here. I'm just gonna tie it like I would tie my shoes. Nothing fancy. Like so, see? Cute, simple bow. Like so. And that would be placed there. You can leave this hanging if you want to. I left some of it hanging just because it looks more fun, right? But before I glue it, let me do the other little bow with the ribbon. Are you sprinkling? So again, simple bow on it. Now you can make it with more loops, guys. It would be like up to you. In my case, I'm just looking for simplicity because I want to complement the design. I don't want to overwhelm it. Okay, so just a cute, simple bow will do it for me. But if you like something bigger or fancier, you totally can. Okay, remember you do what you like. So I'm gonna glue now this to that raffia. Like so. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and start gluing here, okay? You don't need a lot of glue to attach this to this pumpkin. If you want to trim some of these, you totally can. See how cute it looks, guys? Mm-hmm. Very cute. Very cute. Hola, Ani, ¿cómo estás? Ani, ¿cuándo regresa tu mami? Dile que ya la extrañamos. Ya John me pregunta cada rato por ella. Extraña las quesadillas. Extraña las quesadillas. The Surebond fabric hot glue would work good to hold that together. Surebond fabric, yeah, the hot glue will work perfectly okay, guys. It will work fine. And I will give you another tip on what you can do to reinforce this even a little bit nicer. Okay, guys? So look, now we have the design complete. What do you think? Isn't that awesome? Isn't that great? Look at how gorgeous it looks. Look at how the back looks. Very clean too. Okay? Isn't that nice? What do you think? You like it? See? Oh, just beautiful, isn't it? But see how easy it was, guys. It's not really hard. What I was going to tell you is if you want to reinforce these pieces a little bit more, guys, you know what you can also do? You can totally like cut a piece of cardboard that you would also wrap it in fabric so it won't look ugly, okay, or a piece of wood, and you would glue these 2 pieces together like a little bar, okay? So that way you are sure that it won't come apart. It shouldn't if you're gluing it good, okay? And the trick to this is to make sure that you're stacking them. See, they hold all of them. They hold each other. So all of them support each other and they staying together. So see, now you have your nice design. Now, if you want to use this as a door hanger, guys, you can do it here. You can get a piece of ribbon, okay, or some jute or whatever you're going to use. And you're going to decide how long you want it, okay? You can come here and then you would glue it to this part. You would cut 2 small pieces of fabric and you would glue it on top of this. Now, you can also do it before you cover the backs of these. If you already know that you want to hang it, okay, then you do it before you place your covers for the backs of these 2 pieces. Or you can also apply the hanger here, okay? So if you want to hang it, same thing. You decide how long you want this. You glue this to the head before you place the cover, and then you glue the cover, and that will stay solid in here, okay? So you can do it that way. So there's different ways that you can go about creating those hangers. So it will look very pretty on your door too. So you can do all sorts of pretty things with it. So you like it or not? What do you think? It's just adorable, isn't it? Yeah? So what do you think? Look at how beautiful this is. See how cute? Look at the face of that pumpkin. Isn't she adorable? She's adorable. I love that the pumpkin because she's like, uh-oh. Uh-oh, like the ghost is hugging me. A ghost. A ghost got a hold of me. So it's adorable, guys. It's just adorable. Now, see if I make the pumpkin straight, see how the ghost looks like he is on the side, like right behind her, going like that. It's beautiful, isn't it? This is a fun design. This is very fun. Something beautiful. Now, remember, with that pumpkin, this same pattern, you could create this with that. See how gorgeous? So now you can create Halloween and you can create fall. So these are beautiful too. Look at how cute. You can totally bling these. You can use different types of fabric on this. If you want pattern fabrics, you can combine 2 different patterns. One stripe, one plaid perhaps. Can you imagine? Like the leopard ones. So you can totally create these things too. They're just beautiful. I think you're going to have a lot of fun creating this. So you can come up with pumpkins for fall and Halloween designs. Now, if you want to split this up, you can totally create this pumpkin just by itself. You can do both ways. You can create a pumpkin just by itself, or you can do the whole thing. So either way, I mean, you have all sorts of options with them. So, okay. So do you like it? So what do you think? So now you saw how I made it, right? It's beautiful, right? Adorbs, adorbs, adorbs. Now, remember, on Thursday, tomorrow, I'm going to show you the 2 Halloween designs that I have for a private tutorial. You're going to get 2 for 1. Tomorrow, I'll give you all the details, and I'll show you what designs I'm talking about. But Thursday, we're going to create this other fun guy. Isn't he adorable too? Just beautiful stuff. These designs, guys, you would be very surprised because as you saw, they're simple, but they have a lot of charm, don't they? They have a lot of charm. Okay, so for some strange reason, I'm seeing weird things on my computer. Okay, I'm still live, but my phone is not showing me live. I'm not sure why. I see the weirdest things, guys. I have no idea why. You know, my Facebook has never gone back to normal. It's been a very interesting experience with Facebook. It just amazes me. Completely amazes me. Bizarre, bizarre, bizarre. But anyway, friends. Okay. So I really hope that you enjoyed our nice tutorial today. Remember patterns. If you guys want these patterns, they are available on my Etsy shop. This pattern, I'm going to make it available too. Okay. For those of you that might want this pattern. And we're going to create it live on Thursday. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing the release of my paid tutorial. You're going to get a tutorial on 2 characters, and I will show them to you tomorrow, okay? I will give you all the details, and if you wish to join us for that tutorial, I will offer the link where you can go and register for that, okay? So in the meantime, thank you guys for everything that you do for me. It's awesome to have you. I always enjoy being live with you. And come join me tomorrow for the details on the tutorial. And I really hope that you get this pattern and get to work on these. Halloween will be here before we know it. If you're a designer, you probably are already working on Halloween and then summer and then Christmas for those of you that do Christmas in July. And that would be my next also designs that I will be coming up next too, along with fall. So it's like two together. But anyway, guys, so thank you so much for everything. Join me tomorrow. See you later. Have a great night.